Hi guys, thank you for watching. Welcome to today's video and to my channel if you're new here. I'm Debbie, hello. And today we're going to be doing first impressions of this palette here. It's the latest one from VE Cosmetics. If you've been around here before, you'll know that I have tried something from the brand before. I've tried their Vixen palette, this one here, and done a first impressions on it. Not used it since then, so I'm going to combine this one with the Alchemist II for this video because the Alchemist II palette is a palette of duochromes. It's all duochromes, so I couldn't really create an eye look just off of that. Well, I could, but I think it's easier if you've got some mattes to put into a look, I think. So I'm also going to insert some swatches as we go. I'm not normally a swatcher, but I'm going to do that because you can't see the beautiful shifts in the pan. It's so hard to capture the beauty of this palette, but it is really, really stunning. So if you want to see all these shades swatched out and see a look created with them, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so before we get into doing an eye look with this, I'm just going to give you a bit of info about it. As I say, there's 12 shades in here and they're all duochromes. Packaging is stunning, it's cardboard packaging. And there's like a sort of reflective, I don't know if you can see because my ring light's probably spoiling the view here, but there's like little stars that are sort of reflected. There's no mirror in the palette though, but I don't mind that. I don't use the mirrors really from a palette, but I just thought I would mention it. They're a vegan and cruelty free brand, and this palette is a limited edition of 50, but the owner has said that she will make more depending on demand. I think it's still available though. And I think maybe why is because it's difficult from the promo pictures to see the beauty of the palette. But as soon as I realised there was 12 duochromes in here, I thought it would be a really good buy because it's £40. And to get 12 duochromes are really expensive, duochromes, multi-chromes, etc. And I don't have that many of those shades. And I just thought I wanted a kind of addition to my collection of those. I've got a lot of eyeshadows, so I'm looking for something that's that little bit unique. So when I saw this, I just thought it fitted the bill for me. So if you're from the UK, the shipping ends up being just under £5. So, and it came pretty quickly. I ordered it, I ordered it on release day, so I think it took about a week to come. Okay, we're just going to jump into some swatches now. I'll just pop those up on screen. So you've seen the beauty of these. I've not yet because I'm going to swatch that at the end. So I'm going to be going in kind of blind like I normally do when I do my first eye look. I kind of like the surprise of like what a shadow is going to look like on my eyes. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to prime first with the Sigma eyeshadow base in Persuade. And I will be using glitter glue with these shades as well. So I'm not going to take the eye base all over my lids. I'm just going to more so prime just from my crease upwards really, and try and avoid some of my lid space so I don't end up with everything being pretty crusty, because that sometimes is what happens to me if I layer too many bases on top. So I thought we'd use the Vixen palette from VE Cosmetics as kind of a base because it's difficult to create a full duochrome eye look, or I think so. So I'm going to use that and kind of want some reds and oranges, clearly, because this is what this palette has got in there. And I'm going to deepen it with some black as well. So I think I'm going to take this shade Together. Their palettes, or so far all of them, have told a story. So this one says the beauty of the Vixen is visible in your eyes. We will fight this together, because this palette was to provide funds for hunt saboteuring. But they've all got a little bit of a story on the palette. But we're going to start with that shade Together. It's quite a deep shade to start a look, but I want a predominantly pinky red kind of vibe to this look, so I'm just concentrating that in the kind of outer corner, lifting that up a little bit in that corner and then dipping down in this corner, if that makes sense. So kind of an oval, but a sort of oval wing, I suppose. It's not about this palette really, so I'm not going to spend hours blending. Not that I ever spend hours blending anyway, it's not really my thing. I'm more about the colour combos than I'm about the perfect blend. But these shades are nice, they do blend really nicely. I'm using a Sigma E45, 25, E25. I always get those two mixed up. I ordered the Alchemist II palette, as I say, from VE Cosmetics' website. That's the only place that they are currently available to my knowledge. And she normally sends them out in these really beautiful black boxes, and she'd put on her Instagram that she didn't have any of these boxes left because she's had a bit of a supply issue, and that she put some sweeties in the box, and she did. And then things like drumsticks and refreshers and all the kiddie sweets I used to remember buying like for like 1 or 2 pence at the local shop. If you're not from the UK, you probably have no clue what I'm talking about, but I love all those kind of sweets. Like the Parma violets, I think they were in there as well. Made the mistake of leaving them on the side though. My husband came home from work and he's like, oh, where did those sweets come from? And just started opening them. So I want to deepen this up, so I'm going to go in with Fight, which is the black shade. And then we're going to get into the Duochrome goodness that's in this palette. Just going to take a little bit of the white shade just to go up to my brow. That's the shade We. Okay, we will of course come back to the lower lash line, but I want to go in with these Duochromes, and I'm clearly not going to be able to use them all in a look, so I thought I'd go more for this row, and I'm going to use one of these shades as an inner corner, and I probably will do another video with this to showcase some of these colours as well, I think. So the 2 shades that are really talking to me, I think, are the 2 in the middle. So that one's Your and Own. So it says, seek out the truth, trust your own power, love is the key. That's a lovely message. I love how they do these. As I say, I think it's the only brand I've seen that labels the shade names in that way. So the shades we're going to use are Your and Own. And then one of the Duochromes, I think Seek, because that is the pinky one. Well, they're all Duochromes, but they're the light Duochromes. So I'm just going in with Nyx Glitter Primer. Just kind of 2/3 of my lid really, up to where I've got this black in the corner. The darker of the 2, the Your shade first in the outer part. Quite a smoky kind of purple, but it's got some blue shift in there. It's really pretty though. I don't know if you can see the shift on camera. It's the sort of palette's really hard to do justice to on camera, I think. I'm going to take a touch of Own now. That's going right next to that. That one's super pretty. I might have room to squeeze another one on there as well. I'm trying to get as many of these on my eyeballs so that you can see them. I'm trying to decide what to do now, whether I go for the pink one, which is Power, or whether I go for the lilac one, that's Trust. I think I'm going to go, yeah, I'm going to go with the pink one, I think. So Power. Oh, that one's a surprise. So it looks quite pink in the pan, and then when you get it on your eyes, it's not very pink at all. It's actually green. Wow. That's some sort of shape-shifting magic. Just to show you, I am definitely using the pink one. This is the pink one. And it goes on green. These are Alchemist and not what they appear. I'm going to dig into them a fair bit to get the required amount on my brush. This is probably the sort of formula that would work better with your finger. Yeah, that shade seems to be quite difficult to pick up. It's beautiful though, this pink to greeny shift in it, stunning. It's quite hard packed in the pan, that one. It is looking like it's got a little bit of hard pan already just from using it once, which I don't know if you can see that. There is a little bit of hard pan developing in there already, which I'm not a fan of the hard pan, so that's not good. But the shift is beautiful. Just going to quickly replicate what I've done on the crease in my lower lash line. Just going to whiz through the footage because it's not about the Vixen palette, it's more about the Alchemist, but I just want to finish off the look and then try one of those inner corner highlights. So I'm going to go in with Seek next, which I think is a pink shift. We will see. This palette has been surprising me so far. That's pretty. I'm going to take that and wrap it around to meet up with the shimmer on my lid and fill in all of this little gap that I've left here. That shade is beautiful. Always love these kind of duochromes that are a white base with a colour. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Just going to hop off camera for something in my waterline, mascara and a lip, and I'll be back with you to sum up my thoughts so far on the palette. Okay guys, here's the finished look for this one. Really love how it turned out actually. I've gone in with White Core by Linda Hallberg in my waterline. Just wanted a nice bright white waterline. It really makes your eyes pop when you do that. I've not used any liner as in a liquid liner on my eyelids at all. I just wanted the duochromes to really shine. So I've just gone in with a mascara which is Lancome Hypnose Doll Eyes, and I've gone in with Chrome Burgundy from Anastasia on my lips. So my thoughts on the palette then. Well, I love some things about it and I've got mixed feelings on others. So the packaging, absolutely stand out, it's stunning. It's totally my vibe. That purple, the whole sort of mystical vibe of it, it's just gorgeous. I love the size of it, only being 12 pounds, and the sort of palette that you can sort of have as an add-on to other things that you have in your collection, having a whole palette of duochrome, multi-chrome kind of shades, because I'm not really a singles collector and singles are very expensive to buy, I find. So even at £40 it's dear, but I think because of the type of formula it is, it's kind of justified, and it is an indie brand. And also I forgot to tell you, but there is like a slip case that it comes in, so you can probably see now that it's shining. And I always keep my palettes really pristine, so I appreciate that. It's easy to remove and replace. I prefer that to having palettes in boxes that are difficult to open and close if you're storing them in the box. So again, that's something else I appreciate. The packaging inside is stunning as well. The shades though, I love the shades. I just think they're so difficult to pick up and they've hard panned quite badly. So now I've done the swatches, which you saw in the middle of the video. I've pretty much hard panned every single one, which is why I don't like doing swatches, but these are particularly bad for that. I'd say the shade Power particularly I've got a problem with, which is the one that you saw me using. There's a couple of others as well. That Your shade, the Key shade, have started to sort of have that shine over the top that I know is going to result in hard pan, but that's probably putting my fingers in my makeup. I don't ever think it's a good idea, and as I say, the formula is pretty hard pressed and difficult to pick up on a brush. Once they're on your eyes, however, so if I zoom in a little bit and kind of show you the eye look if I can. They are so, so beautiful. I think you'll need, if you're going to go for this palette, glitter glue to really make them shine, to give them something to grip onto. And you'll need to be patient to build up that pigment, and maybe using a more scratchier brush might have worked better. I used quite a smooth packing brush to try and pick this up. Might try experimenting a bit with the brush that I use. I definitely want to create more looks with it, because it's one of these that's like you don't exactly know what you're going to be getting. So like this shade that looks like a lilac here, it's got a gold shift to it. It looks more gold than it does lilac when it's swatched out. This sort of smoky plummy colour has got like a green to it, or blue, I'd say a blue shift to it. I don't know if, as I'm moving them, if you can see, but they're super beautiful. That one really surprised me, Powell. That looks bright pink in the palette, and that's the one I've got on the inner part here. So yeah, I'm loving it for inner corner highlights for this row here. Don't have too many of those duochrome shades that will do that for me. And I think I just need to play with it some more to form a full opinion. But as I say, if hard pan bothers you, and I don't really like hard pan, I have to admit, then you're not going to like it for that reason. I'm still prepared to play with it though, and see what other looks I can create with it. But it's not one that's easy to work with, I will say that. You know, you are going to need to build it up a bit, and you're probably going to have to keep scraping off hard pan, which is a bit sad. But I love the brand, I love the concepts that they're coming out with. As I said, they're a UK indie brand. This one is only a limited run of 50 palettes, so may not be available even when you see this, but I just wanted to showcase it a little bit and sort of to use the Vixen palette again, because you guys seem to enjoy the video when I use that. So I've shown kind of the versatility of that. I'll link the video when I did my first impressions, which was a very orange and red kind of fiery kind of look, and this is a completely different look from that same palette. I think these two pair nicely together, and I also think you could pair this with lots of other mattes in your collection just to bring something a little bit special, you know, on your eyelids. But I think there's probably easier ways to get that duochrome shine than this. They do some loose duochromes. Perhaps they would have been better in retrospect for me, but I just thought it would be lovely to have everything all in one palette, just nice and easy to store. But I'm not done with trying out things from the brand, because I was really impressed with the Vixen palette. So that's kind of my thoughts right now. As I say, I'm going to play with it again, and I'll round up my full thoughts when I've done another couple of looks with it. So you'll have to let me know, guys, what did you think of the look? What do you think of the palette? Are you planning to pick it up? Let's chat about it down in the comments. But that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're not subscribed already and you want to be, then please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any more of my uploads. And the next video I've got coming for you is my monthly haul, so that'll be up very soon for you. Okay guys, hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye guys.